Hi everyone, welcome to Javaras. Let's continue working on personal blog project. So in the previous video, we were able to display the list of articles for our personal blog. In this video, whenever we click on any article, we will go to the page of for that article. That means we will display one single article in this video. Let's get started. First of all, I will see if the database container is running or not. Docker ps. So it is not running. So I will go to the directory where we have this project and personal blog. So here we can see docker composer.yml file. Let's check this file again. So here, this is the file. We have only one service, DB. Postgres 16 is the database and port 5432. And these environment variables are being picked up from this .env file. Now let's say docker compose up d. So it is pulling the database and because I removed all the images from my local computer, so it will pull the image. So it will take some time. Let it take its time, and meanwhile we will modify some code. If you remember in the previous video when we generated the articles, the year of the article was not what we expected. So let's fix that. So here instead of using this faker, what I will do is I will say return local date.now.minus days. So we will subtract like these many days. That means we will pick any number from 0 to 365 and we will reduce or we will subtract these many days from current date, and that will be our published date for the article. It should work fine. And I did one more thing. If I go to this index.html file inside articles directory, here for the published date, I have specified text slate 500 class. So let me go to documentation for Tailwind CSS, then docs, and here I will go to text color. That means typography and text color. I am using this text is 500. So that means it will be of approximate this color, so that we will be able to see the title and the dates clearly. So the database is up and running, and we can connect to the database if we want. So this personal blog, this is the database, personal blog, schema, public, tables. There is no table because we just created a new Docker container for the database. But now whenever we run this application, the flyway should be able to create the database because uh, in the DB migration directory, we have this script. So let's start the application. We click on this button and starting. Okay, we got some error. Let's see what is the error. Okay, 5431. Where is this coming from? Let's go to resources and application local properties. Okay, let's go to env. Okay, let's go to .env. Env file right here. Okay, using this application local properties. Let's rerun the application. Okay, so it created few articles. Let's go here and I will refresh it. And we can see articles table is here and these are the columns. I will double click on article and this is the database. Now you can see published date is uh, correct. So all the dates are in 2024 because 2025 just started. So and it is the dates are generated such a way that the published date is from today to 1 year earlier. Okay, it is working. Now let's open in the browser localhost 8080. Okay, so this is the personal blog. Now you can see we are able to differentiate between the title of article and published date of the article. And if I click on inspect, and we can try resizing the screen, and it looks good. So if we select any phone here, then you can see it is working as expected. That is fine. Now I will put it in response. Okay. Now we need to fetch one single article using article's ID. Let's go to article controller and let's create one get mapping here. Get mapping and it will take article ID. So I will just call it ID and the string will be get article or okay, we are inside article controller. Let's call it index instead of all and call it single article and I will say path variable ID. It won't be log, it will be UUID ID and we will have model here. Now let's get the article from the service. So we will get the article from article service, get article by ID. We will create this method and then we will put this article inside model with the attribute name article and then we will return articles and instead of returning single, let's call it article. Okay. Let's go here. I will create a method. So the method has been created inside article service. Okay, get article by ID. So let's implement this method. I will just return this thing right here. So we will return this dot repository dot find by ID, and we have UUID here, and we will convert this UUID to article ID. But I think we can get article ID as well here directly. So let's do that. I will go here and let's call it article ID. Article ID. So this will be article ID. Let's go here and article ID. This dot repository dot find by ID. Let's just give ID here. So if the article is present, that will be returned. If it is not present, then we will throw this error, new article not found exception. Let's take a reference from uh, GitHub. So I have created this project, this taming timely project. So I'm reading that book, Taming Timely, and created this. So in the time wizard, we can see many good things about when we use timely. So I will just go to source, main, and then Java. Let's go to user. Inside web, we have user controller. Let's go to user controller here. And here we have a get mapping. to get one user. So if I say get mapping, okay, I add it. We are getting user from user service here. I will go to user service. This is user service.java. And here we have user get user. In user service.impl, we have this get user. Otherwise, we are throwing an exception, user not found exception. This exception is also somewhere here, user not found exception. Let's create this exception. So I will say article not found exception. And I will create this class article not found exception. And this will extend runtime exception. And I will annotate it with response status. Response status and status code will be not found. Not found from HTTP status. And we need to create constructor obviously. So I will create the constructor here. Public article not found exception. It will take article ID and we'll say article not found and we will say ID dot as string. So that this will be so using that whenever we will throw this exception, then we will send not found. That means 404 status code to the UI and the message will be article not found. Now, okay, we have that. Now we need to handle this error. Okay, so handling the error, we will do that later. But first of all, let's handle the happy case. That means in the articles directory, I will create a new file and I will call it article.html. Okay, so now here we will provide the title. So let's say so we are receiving article here. So article.title. This will be the article. And here in the body, I will say h1 and let's say th text will be article.title. It will be th text. And here we can just let's say article title. Then we will put article title here. Then again I will create a new paragraph article.get publish date to display and then article content. Okay. I will just save it and here I will say npm run build and npm run watch. Okay. So after that I will restart the server. So let's restart it. First of all, I will stop it because from the env file I need to remove this initdb profile. Now I will restart the server. Server has been restarted and we go here. We can see the list of articles, but we have not yet added the functionality to click on any article. Okay, so but I can just copy this ID and say this one here. Okay, we are getting this error. Now the error is fail to convert value of type string to required type article ID. So first of all, I need to change one thing. So here we are getting article. Before that, I want to have one prefix called articles. Articles. Then I will provide the ID of the article. So let's put that again. Okay. So again, we are getting this error because here have provided a string, but we are expecting article ID. How is that possible? So for that, we need to create a new class. So if I go here, okay, so if we go here, then string to user ID converter. So we will take reference of this and we will create string to article ID converter. So let's create that. So I will go inside web and create a new Java file, string to article ID converter. And this will implement this converter. First of all, this will be component, then it will implement converter from string to article ID. And we need to implement method. So let's implement this method. So we have a string, we need to convert it to article ID. So let's return new article ID. And I don't know why we have these many. This implements converter. Okay, but this needs UUID. So UUID dot from string. Which is this converter? This converter is coming from faster XML Jackson. This should come from our Spring framework. So let's remove this and this will come from our Spring framework core. And now we don't need any of these. We have created a converter. Let's give it ID. Now let's restart the application and reload the page here. We can see the article here. Now, what I want to do is I want to give some style to this date so that it will look like bright gray color or something. First of all, I need to add the style here. So I will say, so I will add this application.css here. Save it and if I reload it, then you can see all the styling is gone. Because by default, Tailwind CSS will remove all the styling from all the elements. Now here we can provide some class and I can say text 3XL or let's say 5XL, 4XL. Save it and reload it and we can see the title. And here I want some padding as well. Let's add padding here class. So I will just copy the class from here, put it here. Okay, so you can see. Now let's add some padding here. So for H1, I will say padding bottom 2 Okay, this looks good. Now I will add padding, some padding bottom here as well. So let's add class. First of all, the color. I will just copy this one, C and Control V. Now, not to the left. I will add padding bottom to here as well. Let's remove text Nora and okay. So we can see the title, the date, and the actual content of the article. So that is it. Like that's how we display the article. But now let's make it clickable. So I will go to this index.html here, and whenever we click on this article, so here article title. So let's remove from h22. I will just say add. I will add a tag here. Okay, so let's do that here. A, then I will say th href. Then class will be grow. Class will be, let's say, flex grow. Then I don't want any image here. Thref, and let's have th text article title. Let's remove this h2. Save it, reload it here. Okay, let's click here. Okay, and we can see that we see this article ID and this ID right here. But we don't want that. So what we can do is article ID dot as string. Save it and let's go back and click here again. Reload it, click here. Now you can see we are able to go to this article. Let's click on Cabbage and Kings and we are able to go here. Now let's say if we provide some invalid ID, then we see this white label error page, but we don't want to see that. So for that, if you can see, we are getting status 404. So for that, we need to create one HTML file. So if we go to resources, templates, then we have error and then 404.html. So we can do that. So inside resources, templates, let's create a new folder. I will call it error. Inside error, let's create a new file 404. So this file will handle all 404 errors. If you have some 504 errors, you can create 504.html. If you want to handle 401, 403, then you can create respective pages. If you want to handle all errors starting with 4, you can create 4xx.html. So this will handle all errors which starts with 4. But I just want to handle 404, so 404.html. So let's create this page and I will say 404 not found as the title, and here I will say, let's say h1 div. I will specify some class. Class will be, let's say, text 5xl. Okay, and for body, the class I will specify the same class which we are specifying here. Then we have this div. So We will we will display text here. You can say nothing to see here. And below this, we will create a tag. href will be this. Go back to the home page. Okay, let's see if it works or not. We are here. It might be not work, might not be working. Okay, so error 404.html. Yeah, let's restart the server and restart it here. Okay, we can see nothing to see here, but we don't see any styling. And why is that? Because we have not added the style. So let's add a style here. I will say EHHREF and it will be at the rate this thing. Save it, reload it. Okay, nothing to see here. Go back to home page. And when we click here, we see list of articles. When we click on any article, we see its content. And okay, so we don't have padding here. Why don't we have padding? We should have padding. Article.html body. This is empty too. This means we have margin of. Okay, let's say we want padding as well. Padding 2. Save it, reload it, and now we have the margin as well. So let's go back. So don't we have margin here? I think we don't have margin here. So let's create margin there as well. I will say oh, sorry, padding. So we have padding here as well. And I want to create padding here as well. So this is margin padding. Okay, let's reload it. So we have padding here. This is the content. If we provide invalid URL, we see nothing to see here. Go back to the home page. And it is working fine. So that is it for this video. In the next video, we will create this screen, the home page screen for admin. If you find this video to be useful, then please like and share it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So I will just close everything now. So first of all, I will stop this server. I will control C to stop this npm watch. And I will just close everything here. Say docker compose down and exit out of it. After that, I will just close my Visual Studio Code. Okay, thank you everyone. I will meet you in the next video. Bye.